Good evening, folks. Samson to Labra Public Radio. It's a wonderful Friday. We're going to have a good time here this evening. Thank you, my brothers and sisters, for joining us. Thank you very much. We really do appreciate you guys joining us. Share this video if you don't mind. We're going to be discussing some national issue here and some of the good things that is happening in the country. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. First thing first, safety. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this Friday afternoon. Bringing us back here again together with our brothers and sisters. Thank you for your mercy. We ask you to continue to pour your love, your magic of mercy on us. Because only through you that the mercy is possible. Nobody else. You give this kinds of mercy power to man, he will want to be the only person to live on earth. Nobody else. So he can get everything by himself. But with you, you don't care. All you know is the people that you have given life to survive. Then why can't we stand publicly and say thank you? The life you give us from the time we were born up to this point. Oh my Lord, what a merciful God. Thank you. Lord, we ask you to continue to guide us. As we go from place to place, go from this building to this building, only through the faith we have in you that is carrying us. Here in California, starting Monday, they're going to shut down again. But only through your mercy that we're living. We want to thank you. The disease is getting out of hand again. But my Lord, only you that we have to believe in. And we want to thank you for being able to be the doctor for all of us. We want to thank you for providing the safety net for all of us. We want to thank you for not picking and choosing every one of us. In your book, what they're saying, equal. And I want to thank you for that. And I ask you to continue to bless us and guide us through. Lord Jesus, you know we're the Liberian diaspora. We have two families. One is here in the diaspora, another one back home. That we're putting table on the whatever family we have. We make sure we put food on the table. That's what we're working for. And that's what I ask you to continue to guide us. Guide our sisters, our mothers, our daughters, our sons, fathers, those who are sacrificing every day. Despite the headache of this disease, they still go to work. Believe in you. And they are now going to work because they want to dress. Because right now, nobody having a lot of party. So it's not about party, the people working. They are working to support family back home. They are working to carry on the project back home. My Lord, only through your powerful mercy that we're here. And I want to thank you this evening. Guide us. My Lord, bless our country, Liberia. Bless the leadership. Give them wisdom to do good. Lord, bless the host country. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen. Let's get going, folks. Samson to Liberian Public Radio. We're going to go ahead now and start this show as usual. It's going to be a doozy one tonight. There's things that are happening in Liberia right now that we have to be careful. But first thing first, folks, if you're a Liberian, I think you'll be proud what happened this morning in Grangida County. If you're Grangidians, you will be proud of what happened in Grangida County. Now, we've been seeing all of the debates from different counties and things, but nothing like Grangida debate. The moderator asks a question, pass the mic over, the person walk past the person he's getting ready to describe, pass by him, say what he want to say, go by, give the mic back to the moderator, go past the person. They all courteous to each other, respectful to the process. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. The debate itself was very interesting. Very interesting. The audience, Crampio, you're not making a guillot, you put us on a map. Grandida, you're not put us on the map again. I want to thank you. The other time, Liberians were all shocked. Oh, Grandida, people, they fought of violence. These people, they didn't know anything. Today, Grandida say you can't see debate. Grandida say you want to see what a debate supposed to look like. Come to Zwadru. Oh my goodness. Grandida displays why people believe that Grandida is on top. That's why they don't even want to care rowing Grandida. Because if they know they care rowing Grandida, they're done. We will dominate. Not in a bad sense, but in terms of economy and stuff. So when they're ready, they take the road, stop the road to Ganta, then they take it and go to Fishtown. They pass over Grandida. That's okay. We will get there. But look at the debate today. Grandidians were able to put themselves together. Despite politics being such a wrangling situation in Liberia, look at that hall. For over 2 hours, it was so silent. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I was watching and I was thinking to myself, are these the same young Grandidians few months ago? The entire world watched them displaying some sort of behavior in the street of Zwadru? Are they the same? Quiet, respectful to the process. So why is it that Asan Sinto cannot sit here and dance? Oh, Grandida, you made me feel good. Why am I dancing, you say? Because we saw the debate in Moserata County, the hottest political seat right now. They had the political context. Look at the debate they had the other day in Moserata County. They're the one who, they got quota, they got lie, they got everything. Everything come from America or anywhere part of the world. You go to Moserata County, you go to Monrovia. But look at the debate these people put up the other day. Ridiculous. It's not something, I want to watch it 1 or 2 times, and that was it. Because it was unprofessional, and the way, I don't care who was involved. The debate was a joke. But look at the debate in Grandida County today. Despite the internet issues, Honorable William Nyanu, Honorable Tomo Yaya, Honorable Sarah Coopers, then joined later by Honorable Mr. Honorable Zle himself. I thought it was wonderful. They were able to discuss issue. Look, that debate is an eye-opener for Liberia. Because there were questions asked to these candidates that have to do with national issues. How do you deal with corruption? What are some of the reasons why some of these counties are not being developed? And these people went deep into it. Folks, if you have to, I'm not trying to polish it, or I'm not trying to make it sweet good because I'm from Grandida. No. Please, don't take my words for it. Look for it. It was sponsored, it was put up by the president of Liberia. But it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Personal attack? No. It was all about issues. All about issues. Yeah, from time to time they throw jabs. That's politics. It's no big deal about that. But most of it, 95% of the debate was about issues. How do you solve issues in Grandida County? Liberia overall. What are some of the reasons that the corruption issues continue to hurt the nation? Go and watch Grandida debate. Please, when Moserata debate, that's a joke. I say so. Moserata debate, attacking each other, asking the candidate to knee all of the officials in Moserata County, including the dog catcher in Moserata County. That's a debate. That one you call debate? What a dog catcher got to do with somebody being senator from Australia country? That's the one you call debate? That's the one you call debate? You want debate? Go and watch Grand Jury debate. Ah! Yeah. Segu, thank you. Begin. You did well. Yeah. You want debate? Go and watch Grand Jury debate. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Sadly, Honorable Zopeno was absent. I don't know why. Don't ask me. Sadly, Honorable Dr. George Bole was absent. Don't ask me why. I don't know. They might have a legitimate reason. I don't know. And I'm not going to speculate. What I can say about that is that their absence was noticeable by many Grangians. Not only that, I would speculate. Well, so what if I speculate? I would speculate that they missed out because that was an opportunity. I feel bad for people like Dr. Bole, who was so good of explaining, who was so good of being professor, to be absent in these kinds of issues unless if he was sick. I've not had any kinds of conversation or engagement with Zopeno before, so I'm not going to say anything from that. But Dr. Bole, that I know, to miss an opportunity to explain yourself, I don't know. But these people, they were able to explain themselves to the benefit of the Grangians that were there and that were listening. I'm not going to grade because I have a skin in the game. So I'm not going to sit here since I want to be neutral at this point in this process of conversation. I'm not going to say this person did that person. I'm not going to grade. I will do that later. Once I get out of here and get on that platform of my candidate, I'll be bringing all the X, Y, and Z, okay, the playbook. But for now, in general, I think Grangians have done it again. Grangian has done it again. And here's the funny thing here. The cross of Grangian County, the root of Grangian County, the young educated Grangians are still here. Can you imagine? They're not even in Liberia yet. And these are the people that Grangian depend on. They're still here. Highly educated. Smart. I don't want to name right now because if I name, I will not stop the show. Because if I start naming Grangians, the roots of our county, if I start naming them, I will not stop tonight. Women, girls, boku, intelligent. I'm not talking about beauty. Forget beauty. That put beauty on one side. But intellectual. In terms of professionalism. They boku in Grangian. Young, and you have a funny thing, you know. They're not all like me, They're so young people. But they prepare themselves, they have educated themselves. And so the future of Grangian County is ahead. So what we're saying, all that I can say on this debate, let this be an opportunity for the future of Grangian to be bright, and it will be. They can't keep good people down forever. It ain't happening. That's not what God say. You can keep them down for some time, but you can't keep them down forever. You can't make it. You can't make it. We're Grangian. You can't keep us down forever. We will come on top again. Oh yeah! Something to.
Gamude,
So, what I'm saying to you, and this show is not even about grandchildren. That's a sidebar. I'm just showing to you, on a very serious note. Go and watch grandchildren debate, and then tell me the making mob the mayor watch on a Moserata debate. I'm making mob style, and he'll tell me what. No, on a very serious note, I'm calling that name because it was a making mob. How are you gonna ask me to name all of the officials of the county of Moserata? Are you serious? Are you serious? Not only are you asking me that, but you also asking me to name all of the dog catcher in Moserata County. Are you serious? Is that what you call debate? Is that what you call debate? That's a mocking map. Go and watch grandchildren debate where issues affecting our people were in displays. Grandchildren were able to listen, even if they don't agree with specific candidate, but they were able to listen as these issues were laid out before young grandchildren. And they're saying to them, these are the issues we believe that are holding us back. How can we do, what can we do as a group to move this county forward? That is a debate. Come back here and tell me, say, name all the officials of Moserata County. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You think that 1940 something, yeah? May I beg you, man. Let me go on. So anyway, many of you watching, thank you. Don't worry about it. Why I'm dancing with? Don't worry about it, my man. Sit down there. I want to deal with you right now. Just stay where you are. But anyway, folks, I want to welcome all of you again. Thank you very much. But on a very serious note, as a Liberian, watching what was happening today in Grandchildren County, I was very proud. There's two reasons. One is, first, I'm a grandchildren. But the second reason, few months ago, there was a display by young grandchildren in Grandchildren County in Zvedru, where many Liberians were frowned on their behavior. Now, the same group you're looking at audience, they were sitting down in chairs, attentive to all of the issues that was being discussed. The people give. This is not even the Democratic and Republican debate. The people tell them, say, "Oh, you not clap." They still rule and clap here in the United States. In the United States, when the people are ready to have their debate, they set rule. They say today, all the audience, you will hold your peace until we're ready. Then we'll announce for you to clap. They still clap. They still boo. Yeah, in the United States, they're not happy. But in Grandchildren today, they set the rule. Nobody clap. Nobody say anything. And please, be attentive. And grandchildren, young grandchildren, were able to display their intellectual level today. And that, as a Liberian, I'm very proud of. And I want to thank these people. Let's move on. If you don't believe what I'm saying, just go look for Grandchildren debate, and you will see it. It's there on Facebook. Despite the internet issue, it's on Facebook. The candidate himself. Here's some of the things they talk about. How do we, as a county, generate fund for economic development? They explain, each of them. Why do we always have bad roads in this country? They explain, each of them. What can we do to make sure if Moserata County get X, Y, and Z dollar, why is it Grandchildren not getting that C, X, and Z dollar? They explain. They were not cursing each other. They were not cursing each other. Not even those that were not there that are representing like Grandchildren right now. They didn't even call names. It was intellectual. And I'm very proud of that. Samson Toe. This is a time for me to introduce myself. Good evening, folks. My name is Samson Toe from Toe Town, B.I. Chiefdom, Basson District. No, let me start that again. Basson District. Sure, in case you didn't hear me. Maybe you hear me. I said Basson District. Grandjida. Did I say Grandjida? I mean Grandjida. Did I say Grandjida? I mean Grandjida County. Let me say that again. Since 1964, Grandjida County. Republic of Liberia. I'm saying Mozararo. I said Grandjida County, Republic of Liberia. I want you to understand that. That's how proud I am tonight, to be honest with you. Let's go on. Issues in Liberia. Folks, let's now introduce our show. This is the show, the introduction, as usual. The President of the Republic of Liberia, Dr. Weah. 65.1% of the electricity, this is a question we want. 3 years ago, we said what? I said no, I don't want it. Then he said, but who are you? I said, I'm Samson Toe from Total. They said, yeah. Then they said, we say, who are you? We say, who are you? You. We say, who are them? We say, who are they? We say, who are be you? We say, who are you? That means you one person. Who are you? Who are you? One person. You're going to determine the entire population. 61.5%. Then you say, you don't agree? Who are you? I say, you're sorry. They say, okay. This is the man we want. I said, fine. They said, but here's what we can tell you, Mr. Toe. According to the Constitution, you got 6 years to prepare yourself and prepare your argument. Come back here in 6 years and see if you want any position. If you want the president of this group out, come and argue your point 6 years from now. I said, so be it. Luckily for me, Dr. Weah and his people continue to give me binder for the error. And I'm going to be going through some of these errors tonight. Okay? For the error that I will use against them 2023. Until that time, he's my president, he's my leader, and he's our leader, he's our president. President of the Republic of Liberia. We will criticize, but we must do so with respect. We will criticize, but we must do so with responsibility. Not speculation based on faulty information from here and there. We'll try to stay away from those things. Why would I want to respect the president? Because any of you that are watching me right now could be president tomorrow. Does it make sense? So this is why we're going to continue to respect the president. But folks, lately, I'm not sedition, but here's who I am. I'm a Liberian. And if anything is creeping, or let me say, percolating. Did I speak that kind of big English? I'm from Total. I mean, crawl. What do you mean by percolating? I say crawl. Anything that crawl into political issue that will give me problem tomorrow, I will talk about it. Whether I see this you, whether I liberty, who I am, or who I was, or who I am, whether it doesn't matter. I got to say it. So quite recently, there's been some interesting dynamic. I was here on last Friday, same subject matter, but ever since then, things have changed and they're getting heated out there. So during the 2017 election, Dr. Weah, and I keep saying it, I've been saying it, this is not the first time. I truly believe since 2005, and I'm not a sedition, I really didn't want Dr. Weah to be president, but I'll be factual for what I know. Since 2005, Dr. Weah have always been cheated. Here in the CDC, the people always cheat them. I believe that very strongly. But I'm not going to go into that. So I always knew that Dr. Weah was going to be president, no matter what. Why? Let me give you a little hint. You saw the other day on Wednesday, I was playing Dr. Weah football, the street football he had on Sunday in Montserrat County. A lot of people are calling me, that your business now, you want to be football commentator, why you can't go to Liberia? And I don't care. I will say the truth. Whether I like it, I don't like it, I will be truthful. So those of you that are calling me that, you're going to answer right there. But let's go on. Dr. Weah, before he became president, he used to be a football player. Football player. And those of you that are watching me, you know our connection with football business. But now only in Liberia, he decided to go overseas to showcase his talent. And he did it and did it well. All along, he never claimed to be anywhere but from Liberia. So every time when the people make the announcement on the radio or on the TV, when he playing, Judge Weah, they call him Weah, Judge Weah, he's from Liberia. They never say from Cameroon. They always say from Liberia. They never say from Makolo, whatever place they are over, or France, or anything like that. They always say from Liberia. So he was able to put Liberia on the map. Interesting thing happened. So many of the young people that was born a few years before the war, because before the war, Dr. Weah was of age, and he was dominating. So those that were born around 85 up, he was there already. So when their father and their mom talking football in Monrovia, they upon. So they grew up with that name as a little kid. The war came, knowing full well that he was popular in Liberia. He wasn't going to stay away from it. So he used to visit Liberia and some of the refugee camps. So that within many young people now, they really adore Dr. Weah. They love him. And so when he came to Liberia and decided to get into politics 2005, he was popular already. People who were coming from the war, turning in guns and what have you, the only person they wanted was Dr. Weah, nobody else. However, the international community, this is my feeling now. You can take it to the bank or you can throw it away. And when you're ready to throw it away, throw it on the Do River. Don't throw it anywhere else. According to me, the international community, which I truly believe, didn't think that this young man was capable of handling a country just coming from war. So who did they gravitate to? Harvard-trained economists, believing that that person would give Liberia the facelift that was needed. I begin that on your time. But these people, they're not truthful either. The international community, they were not truthful either. They ain't telling that, hey, you win, man. The man, he will go to, when they ready to cheating, every year, every election, when they finish cheating, you know what you can get invited to? They will call him to Abuja. He come from Abuja, he said, my people, you're not leave fair. The people say they won't win, that's fine. So when the time came and Madam Sally was not in the race, those of us that have been following the entire process, I felt within myself that he was going to win this time around. So what I thought would happen was, instead of forming coalition, whether coalition or not, Dr. Weah were going to win. All of the coalition that are in CDC, Congress for Democratic Change, all of the coalition that are with them, if they were to go with the opposition, Dr. Weah were going to win. He didn't need nobody. Because Liberia, people, you can't study these kind of thing and then you want to hire yourself and be intellectually dishonest. And I'm not about to do that. There's a chart. If you go on Google, just type in population of Liberian voters. They will break it down by age. And you know how the child look like? A lot of Coca-Cola bottle. The old people on top, they start going like this. Then the old young people, they there, they go big. The young people, they come down. The younger, and then they go. Just like Coca-Cola bottle, I'm serious. The chart goes like this. When I look at that chart, there's no way they make gonna, even if he didn't pick any man. But Dr. Weir and his people decided they wanted to select Madam Julia Howard Taylor. I'm not a seditious. I wasn't there to hear the negotiation, but this is what I know. Before 2017 election, the election before that, there was some rumors here that CDC were going to go in partnership with Liberty Party and what have you. We were privileged with some of the information, which I'm not about ready to diverge right now. But there was the possibility. But the negotiation didn't go well because there were certain things that were being demanded and people were not ready to concede. I'm not going to go into that. But anyway, so they decided to pick Madam Howard Taylor. Now, for me, as a Liberian, I suspect that Dr. Weir didn't just want to win. He wanted to flock us with the opposition. He wanted to flock us to number nonsense. So we don't come back to say, oh, the thing was not even legitimate. Look at the small margin. He wanted to flock us with a huge margin. So what did he do? Before the election, Prince Johnson, the day Ambassador Weir become president, they played the war will come. Ambassador Weir said, oh, you say that? I'm coming to you. You want to convince Prince Johnson. The next thing Prince Johnson turned around, who considered himself godfather of Nima County, turned around and became a supporter. So with Mosurado in their bag, Nima County in their bag, the next county they were looking for, what you think would be? Bon County. So they decided, who can we get from Bon County? They decided to do the lady. The selection of Madam, and I'm just giving you these things, these are public record, folks. The selection of Madam Howard Taylor was a little bit controversial in terms of with respect to the international community. In fact, one of the prosecutors, Sierra Leone prosecutor, was going around and saying that Dr. Weir was in contact with Charles Taylor. In fact, Dr. Weir came out and admitted that, yeah, I spoke with him, but there was nothing else. The heat was on for selecting this lady. However, people within the international community, the women power took over and said, let's look at this lady record. Has she been involved into war issue before? Anybody can say no. Is she smart? Yes. She's intelligent? Yes. So what? So everybody, Une Allen, what's his name? Allen, his name was Allen, something Allen alone were making the noise. Most of the people, they didn't follow. Okay. Dr. Weir didn't need to select Madam Howard Taylor. But I truly believe Dr. Weir wanted to flock us, the opposition, so bad that when the election is over, Samson Toe and the other big mouth people will have no reason to say, yes, he won. He didn't want to be up by 5 points. He didn't want to be up by one county or something like that. Oh, he wouldn't be up by one county. No. He wanted to flock us. 25 latches small, the one he wanted to give us. And that's exactly what happened. So after selecting Madam Taylor from Bon County, the game was over. Okay? So, anyway, let's go forward. I'm just giving you the background. So Madam Taylor was selected. And when Madam Taylor was selected, they started campaigning together. Things were going fine. Things were going real fine. I read something today where Madam Taylor and the First Lady were in close contact, having conversation. They were good together. Okay? So, when the election happened, after the election, CDC and the coalition won. 61.5%. I don't say 50%. I don't say 51. I said 61.5%. Okay? All right. So, after that was done, the lady, the vice president, and I told you guys here the last time, I'll say it again. The vice president, she became someone who, I'm not going to say she let down her guard, but she was anxious and she was full of excitement. In the process, she forgot who she was dealing with. She forgot that these are seditions. These are seditions. In CDC, what I believe, I don't know because I've never been part of that. But if you listen to some of those people who were founding members of CDC, it seemed to me that they believe if you're not part of the core group, you can't get close to a certain level. You will always be arm's length because you were never part of that core group before. But Madam Howard, I believe, was not looking at it like that. The election came, they saw something in me. Knowing the history of this country, they saw something in me, Madam Howard Taylor's thinking, according to me. I don't say you, I say me. I say me. She believed, I believe, that she said, they saw something in me for which they asked me to be part of the team. And I have done my job. I have proven to them. I wasn't just sitting down as a woman, crossing my legs. I was going from county to county, in the mud, walking, in the rain, campaigning. So they know that I can do the job. And I think they have accepted me, believing that. She thought she has been accepted fully. Wrong, madam. And I will read something to you a few minutes from now. Wrong, madam. They didn't accept her. And it shows later. It shows later. But the fact that she believed that very strongly. So think about it. And this is nothing strange. In Liberia, those of us that are from the countryside, usually when you come to Monrovia and you pass school year over and you pass, you make the grade and you get promotion. Like you go 12th grade, you took an exam and passed it. For the first thing you do, you run into the village. Because it's excitement, because you got something good, you go into the village. So any kind of good thing that happened to the country boys or country women or country people in life, and folks, I'm using the word country not to come bring the Congo country people. That's not my point. But if you want to go that way, it's up to you. I'm just giving you some point here. I have to say it. So anyway, so if you're from the countryside and some excitement comes to you in Monrovia, you're running back home. So after the election, she decided to go where? Bon County. Why did she not go to Grand Jide? Grand Jide is Liberia. She can still showcase over there and say, look what we have done. No. Why didn't she go to Lofa County? Because I believe people say that she got some root over there in Lofa County as well. Why didn't she go there? No. She went to Bon County. That's her people. That's what mom and dad, they're supposed to be. This is what I have brothers. This is what I have sister. This is what I have childhood friend. And she went to Bon County, folks. Thinking that she was fully on board with CDC hierarchy. Thinking that if anything, perhaps they feel about her, they will let her know. Truly believe that she was part of them. So she went to Bon County. Liberal politics, if you follow it, you will laugh. But you know, I laugh now, but these are very serious things. If we're not careful, we'll have some deadly consequence. I say so. We have to be very careful how we deal with each other. But for me, right now, as I'm explaining from my own perspective and all the information and the explanation I'm giving you tonight, these are my own perspectives. You have yours, so I'm entitled to mine. But anyway, so she went to Bon County, or place of birth. So she got friends. So it's like me going to Totan. Because when I went home the last time, before I talk about Madam Howard, this is what I was doing. 3 o'clock in the morning, I get up, but no lights in Total. Some other places they have light, but where my name, no light. So I will wait until like maybe 5:30 or so. My mom's house is here, and my son and where he and his wife stay, they're about maybe 1,000, 2,000 feet away, but they're down the hill. So I'll get up. And I stand there, and then I yell. And the way I yell, and I'm going to be speaking Crown now, many of you most likely will not be able to interpret that, but let me give you the interpretation. I was calling my son. His name is Sabah, and my name is Sensi, and my mom's name is Beino. And my grandma's name is Tola. So I will say Tola Beino, or Sensi Sabah. So this is how I was yelling. You ever talk? I say in total. You ever to open your mouth to me? Say you making noise 4 o'clock in the morning. Who are you? I say I'm in total. Who you ever to talk to me? Something to in total, and I'm making all that noise in the morning. You better be happy that I'm making a noise. So I will get up, and I will stand in front of the house. Sabao, I mean yelling, really. People on the other side, they were telling me, why you were yelling at us? I said, so what? Sabao, Tola Beino, Sensia Sabao, Tiny Cloud. Why was I doing that? It was Ito Town. I was excited to be there. I couldn't have done that kind of stuff in Bon County. No way. No way. So that's just the example I'm showing you. So she decided to go to Bon County after the election. My people, we have won. The excitement and the fact that she truly believes she has been accepted by her male counterpart of the CDC. Not true. Let's play this. Samson told. She was so excited, she decided to do this. Listen to this tape. You guys have listened to it before. But listen to it and see, tell me what I'm saying here if it doesn't make sense. Many people in Bon County are not happy with this tape up to this point. Many people in Bon County feel that Madam Howard Taylor owed them an apology. And I think she did that the last time. But let me play this. Let me play this, folks. Samson told Labron Public Radio.
I had informed the superintendent when she arrived here on Monday afternoon that the only way her corps of officers could begin to do work is if they were inducted into office. Truthfully, all of the 13 commissioners might not be members of the coalition. We got 1 or 2 that might not be. You will join because other people join the United Party. So I'm waiting for her to call me to your district to tell me that you're joining the ruling coalition, those who are not members. The Bible says, how can 2 work together if they don't agree? For us to agree, we must all be on the same side. So if you think you can't make it, then you tell we find somebody else. Yeah. Anybody want to feed it now? You're talking down before we go far. Yeah. I called the meeting of the commissioners. And somebody now in the coalition, they think I want to talk there. So you're just on board with your whole heart and your whole mind. To show you the fact that some people sitting here and they're not members of the coalition, but we got nothing against you. Because then I will accept everybody. Whatever you have done to me, nothing about time. Nothing you will do about time. With the known candidate from the CDC, our superintendent and all of the other local government officials. Because like I said, our government, we're not coming to our best right to other people. Now what time to eat? We'll eat, but we'll eat in a way that everybody will be able to eat food. I had informed the superintendent when she arrived.
That I want time to eat. We will eat, but we'll eat in a way that everybody, if you don't want to eat, you got to join. You think you're going to say, if you want to join the Unity Party, you got to join CDC. If you don't want to be part of it, you always join. Why was she made? This is, no, folks, seriously. Those of you that know this lady, highly educated, experienced. This lady is not a slouch. She's not Johnny come lately. Why would she make a statement like that in public? Because why? I truly believe. Number one, she believed that she has been accepted by her counterpart in the CDC. That she had been accepted fully by the President of the Republic of Liberia. That she has been accepted as partner with CDC. So she went home. With that kind of belief in herself, she went home and decided to first bring this topic to her people and see how it's going to play. And she made that statement. But of course, she regretted the statement anyway later on. But this is just to show you how when you believe in something, as a human being, you have no other choice. You can't go into things and say, I'm going to somehow split myself. If you do that, you're not going to be successful. You have to take chances. And taking chance is what we say here. Believing that she was accepted. But let's watch. Few months later, when she made that thing, when it came up, oh, we were all over it. And the vice president of the Republic of Liberia making a kind of statement. What a corrupt behavior. She's telling the president corruption is okay. If we will eat, we will eat. That our time to eat. We were all over it. What we didn't realize, for me at least, until later, that this lady was never accepted. The president did not accept her. The president hierarchy, the inner circle did not accept her. I think, and I could be wrong, and I hope that I'm wrong, but that she was selected for the vote-rich Bond County support. And that, if that's the case, I said if that's the case, it's politics. That's understandable. But then that's a very dangerous game. Because if you go into the relationship without being sincere with yourself, you're going to bear the consequence. And the consequence of that is being displayed publicly right now as we speak in Liberia between the president and the vice president. Because the president, I believe, and his people went into the relationship with a hidden agenda. And that's bad, if that is the case. Because they selected her, I believe, because of the vote-rich Bond County. Because the president, and he has done it again. This is what he keeps saying. Look at the senatorial election in Moserata. I must win Moserata at all costs. And what makes you think the president was not making that kind of pronouncement behind a closed door? We must beat these people and beat them massively. So they don't even come back. What I know Boko, they will have no argument in the international community. I want to beat them to the point where the international community will not even listen to their foolishness. And that's exactly what he did. He flogged us so bad, 61.5%. At least if it was 50.5, you can say, yeah, maybe it was 50-50. But no, he went beyond 50, 61.5%. Okay? So I truly believe that the selection of Madam Howard was to accomplish that aim of the president, to beat we the opposition, to whoop up massively. So we don't even come back to say the man is not legitimate and what have you. Nothing. So in order to achieve that, they have to do this, which is intellectually dishonest. But that's politics. That's okay. But once you put yourself in this position, you have to be prepared for the consequence. Because every decision you make in life have consequence. You can't just make decision and expect to have no blowback. If it's a bad decision, if it's a good decision, you reap the benefit. If it's bad decision, you got a blowback. That's life. But you as a human being must be ready. Because when you put yourself in these kinds of positions, where you will make decisions based on faulty information, you make decisions on dishonest approaching situation dishonestly, you have to be prepared that eventually it's going to come back. So when the president, I truly believe, I could be wrong, and I hope that I'm wrong, but look what's happening right now. So when this lady was selected, I feel bad for her, to be honest with you. Because she truly believed that she was accepted. Because why would she even doubt that? Let's examine her a little bit. Go and do research. This lady has been in the International Community Women League. She's a big league player. Big league player. So, besides that, look at her credentials. Highly educated. She's been a senator and was doing well. So when they asked her to be on the ticket without revealing the fight, exactly what they want her for, she believed based on the merits. And then you have the young man that say she wasn't selected based on merit. Is that right? So she believed that. But you heard that young man from that TV radio station. She was not selected based on merit. So they must have known why she was being selected. Why she was being selected. I got a video here. I might play it. Okay? So if she, in her own mind, believing strongly that, look at my qualification. I'm qualified to be vice president of the Republic of Liberia. These people know my record. We all been in this town for a very long time. We know each other. So they know my capability. So by selecting me, I don't think they selected me for any other reason except based on my qualification. So she decided to go to Bond County and play baby. Let me put it like that, quickly. She went there to play baby on her people, on her brothers and sisters. That was time to eat now too. They want no boko. She can speak, but listen to the that was time to eat. We will eat. You got to join. You got to join. You don't join. Why? What may you think I will come? And then I talk secret to you. You're no for. You're not even part of all that. I was able to open my mouth and talk secret. That book person talking like that? No, she's there to play baby. But the playing baby gonna come back to hurt her later. So let's keep going. So the president and his people, after that video came up, they felt within themselves, I suspect, that wow, she didn't know we got her. Okay, I think people are going to turn. What I believe that these people were expecting at that time, the inner core, was for Liberians to turn against her. Very early in the game, turn against her and make her unpopular So whatever decision they take against her will not be bad for them, because they know the population now turned against the vice president. She's no longer popular. Therefore, whatever decision they take against her will say, oh, but the Liberian people, yeah, but look what she said, that corrupt woman. However, when they look around, she selected her, she's a female. Before her, it was a female president. So in the eyes of the international community, they thought Dr. Weah and his people had made a brilliant choice. Where the democracy in Liberia, the young and vibrant democracy in Liberia, is here to be displayed. A female president, now we have a female vice president. Wow. So when the people hierarchy, speculation, and I bet you I'm not too far from it, because you heard Mono about Mono. So I'm not, don't tell me, say, oh, you speculating too bad. I'm not too far from it. Okay? So when they look at it, they wanted to take action, but they couldn't. Because the international community, the excitement of the international community having a female vice president underneath a football star was just too good to be true. So some of the smart people within the CDR, you will not do that. We depend on these people. You do that, they will put something on roadblock on our way. Let's keep up. So they say, fine. In life is a funny thing. You got to open your eyes. You have to read. You know, the very first time I read about this woman, there was an article sometime during the war, where as first lady, she decided that she was going to put her time into young lady that were involved in the war, but they got tired of the war and coming back to Monrovia. She wanted to establish some sort of foundation to help these people, and was written by international community, even with bad behavior the husband was displaying at the time. It was a good press for her. In that same article, there was a group of young tailor fighters. They decided to go to the zoo bush, the Soros society. When they got in there, I bet you, I'm not the only person that read that article. I'm sure somebody else must have. They got in there, they decided to do some bad thing, started tearing things apart. Those that came to Monrovia, few of them went cuckoo. The other people, their skin was itching all day. They're rolling all on the ground because their skin was itching. It was in the article. Unless the people that wrote the article, they were just making it up. That was the same article where this lady, the first time I read about the lady. Okay, now let's move to this thing. So, after she made that comment, Liberians, majority of Liberians started turning against her. So her people, in order to bring her back to that level, decided, the country people now, folks, these are very deep analysis that I'm giving you here tonight. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But the country people in Liberia, her people, whether from Lofa County or Bon County, they decided to give her specific title. The title that the president was hoping to have gotten. They turned out, how do you call it? Babanagba or Fabulagba, whatever they call it. I don't know about it, but I read about it. So they gave us this title. When they gave her the title, oh, it was a nightmare. That's the beginning of a nightmare. But I believe if Dr. Weah have just waited for some time, the old people, our old followers, they're not stupid. They're not stupid. They know that Madam Howard Taylor is the vice president. They know that Dr. Weah is the president. So if they're giving this title to this woman, obviously they were going to come up with some other higher title for the president. But Dr. Weir and his people, they have no patience. As soon as the title thing happened, oh, we were reading. Oh, the woman took, and the press, they didn't do a good job on it either. But because here's the thing about relationship that I truly believe. There's a gentleman here that just wrote something about me here. Total man. Let me just read it. What he say here? What he say? He says, wow, real total man. Oh, I'm a little brother. He and myself, we can come on air here, argue. And when we finish. We have a relationship. Nathaniel cry over there in Philadelphia. I can call him right now. It doesn't matter what he's doing. He will pick up my call. I call Alfonso. It doesn't matter where he is. He will pick up my call. Same thing. Because we have a relationship. And our relationship have grown over the time. You know how many times Nathaniel cry and Alfonso so fire me? They will call me at night. You fire. Why? What did I do? Hey, you're too old. You fire. I say, I'm not going anywhere. But the point that I'm making is relationship. You have to be able to understand each other. But because the press themselves, the people in Monrovia, you know our people, they know these things. They know their relationship between the president and vice president. The bottom part is hollow. It's not solid. So when they decided to write the article about the title, Dr. Weir and his people went bunga on it. They were angry. So, immediately after the inaugural program, folks, I'm giving you all of these things. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope my analysis is wrong. Because if it's not, then we have some serious issues. And so I'm hoping that when I bring these things out, things that I've been reading from the past, that in my analysis, I put these pieces together, that I'm wrong. Because if I'm wrong, that means we're fine. But if I'm right? Then where are we going? That is my point. So anyhow, immediately after the inaugural program, we heard Esther Walker, Bond County Superintendent, how she was called, and for hours they berated her and talk about the vice president. She named McGill, she named Samuel Twe, she named Jefferson Coaching. In fact, in the tape, she said Jefferson Coaching, Samuel Twe, and McGill was the people that were running the government. Nobody else. And they were angry that the vice president trying to overthrow the president. Where? In Liberia? The vice president, I didn't know that she had an army stashed on the side that when she can order them go overthrow government anytime she wants. I didn't know that. But they were not talking about that. They were talking about the title that was given to her. And one of the names you will hear in the state, the current representative of Bond County, Marvin Cole. Marvin Cole name gonna come out here. In fact, it just came out again recently. But it's not something that Marvin Cole will be proud of 4 or 5 years from now. Marvin Cole is playing politics that is not nice. You can't play politics in a community, especially community that people know who you are. People know your relationship with a specific person, and then out of a sudden, you decide to come up and make the kinds of statement that he made. And I'll read that later. But I want you to listen to this tape. From that title, Mount Howard problem started. Now, the question then is, how is it possible if Madam Howard was selected based on the fact that she have the ability, why would they turn on her immediately after the inauguration? What would be the reason? Why would these people, according to Esther Walker, turn on this lady, a vice president that was selected based on her qualification? That is, if that's what it is. And this I submit. It's why I'm arguing that she was selected based on the vote-rich county of Bon, and it has nothing else to do with anything. I also submit that Dr. Weah selected her because Dr. Weah and his people wanted to flog us, the opposition, so badly that we will have nothing else to argue about. He didn't want to flog us by one county. He didn't want to flog us by one or two counties. He wanted to flog us massively. And one of the things to do, he made sure he got Bon County in his bag. He made sure he had Nima County in his bag. He made sure he got Mosurada County in his bag. All that thing, Prince Johnson going around, oh, I'm friend with that. Don't mind it. Y'all know Dr. Weah. The men can't forget. That not Prince Johnson before the election was going around saying the day President Weah become president, play war. You think President Weah not forget that? If you think so, then you're crazy. He ain't forget it. He ain't forget it. But he will catch Prince Johnson somewhere. This is Liberia, folks. Dr. Weah ain't forget it. But I will deal with that one later. So Esther Walker, the superintendent of Bon County, went to this program. And now I'm saying to you, on a very serious note, that she was selected based on the fact that Dr. Weah wanted to win. He knew he was going to win, but he wanted to win massively. And it didn't matter what. So they decided among themselves, let's get the vice president from Bon County. Who can we get? Madam Taylor. But when they did that, I told you already, they had some little blowback from the international community. But they were able to withstand the raft of the international community. As a result, there was some serious thing that was happening at the time. The woman, Madam Howard Taylor, highly educated, respected in the women community internationally. So when she was asked to be there, she had two things was going for her. First of all, she was well known within the women international community because she was a senator before. This other thing that she had going for her was the fact that she is a female coming in as a vice president. Before that, we have a woman who was a president. So the international community look at it and say, what? A country that just coming from a civil war. And to look at these kinds of stuff in their culture, to be able to gravitate towards Western culture that fast, we have to support it. So having the first female president of the Republic of Liberia, now you have a vice president. They didn't think anything was going to be wrong. And that's why Samuel Twelve McGill and Jefferson Coaching said, we got these people. And they were not playing around. But they decided to show their hand so fast, so quick. And then once that thing got out of the bag, once the cat got out of the bag, it wasn't going back. So let's listen to Esther Walker. Now that I've given you all of this background, let's listen to Esther Walker. Let Esther Walker tell us what happened. A lady that you are just selected to be your vice president. She has not done anything. You were even accused of talking to the president, President Taylor. Your name were all over this place. And you were still able to stay with her. What happened from that point? Inaugural night, where every one of you were happy. Supposed to be celebrating. And instead of celebrating, they're celebrating on her name. Let's listen to Esther Walker, folks. Samson told Liberia, I'm doing this thing not so much of trying to foment conflict. Let me explain again. If we are quite aware of these things, those of you that are connected will see that these things are not your Bon County and Mosurada County issue. These are internationally connected. And the international community that are connected to our country, they can hurt us big time. They can just give you the minimum for you to survive the next day. Because if you do these kinds of stuff, they think you're not ready. No reason for them to pour money in a country when they know fully well that you're not ready to move the country forward. So they will give you the minimum to survive because they don't want you to fall back into anything else. So they will give you money to know that you're able to carry your wage bill. That's one of the reasons why they were insisting you reduce the wage bill. That the Liberian wage bill must be reduced before they start pumping money in there. So they were giving you the minimum to be able to carry out your payroll. Does it make sense? So if they see you behaving like that, they will pinch even the minimum that they will give you. They will pinch it. And for me, as a liberal progressive, someone who loves Liberia, if we see these things creeping up, we need to talk. Not so much of trying to say this person should do this and that. No, that's not my intent. On a very serious note, my intent of bringing this conversation up tonight, so that those of you that will be anxious, those of you that will be curious, can do research and read about what I'm saying. And perhaps those of you that are connected will say, look, my people, we can't do this, because this thing was bound to hurt us later. Let's go on. I just give you a little background. Let's go on. Exactly. Jeffrey, I just told you. Dr. Weir has been winning the election since 2005 without Madam Howard Taylor. So Dr. Weir, no matter what, whether he got Howard Taylor or not, he was going to win the election. But in their mind, they wanted to flood us, the opposition, massively. It has nothing to do with Madam Taylor performing. It has nothing to do with Madam Taylor being so qualified. No. He wanted to get the vote from Bond County. So the CDC will flood us. Those parties that consider themselves Book People Party, they flood us. We can't argue. We have to wait until 6 years. When you say 61.5%, you say not enough. You're going to quote for that? I beg you. So, but anyway, that's the point I'm making, my brother. That's the point. But anyway, let's go. Let's listen to Esther Walker. What's she going to say about this thing here? Let's listen. And then tell me whether Dr. Weir selected Madam Taylor based on her performance. Okay? And she's qualified. Way qualified. This is what really, I believe, really fooled her. Because she truly believed that she was qualified. And she is. Highly qualified. Just like Dr. Bakai. She's qualified to be the vice president. But that was not the reason why they selected her, I believe. She was selected because Dr. Weir and people wanted to flock the opposition. We, the opposition, massively. Let's listen to Esther Walker. Samson told Labron Public, folks, I'm on it again this evening.
Happy day, the president didn't give me an annual message. We are saying are having party to Jamaica. I want to see all the party women, including the national chair. We went to Jamaica. The thing I'm telling you, that one saw doing this at Domia, the 2 hour were in a place. I drank that one saw doing for 2 hours. They can't finish. That one saw doing for 2 hours. I was confused. We entered Jamaica. The president sitting answer with his wife and Giso. I go in, they lay all over Mange sitting down, he put a table, the table that was only the pantry that I play in Wednesday. And to a web, all of people may sitting down with him. So I wanted to go speak to the president first. I waved to him, but I was going directly to the president. By the time I waved to him, he hold one chair, second sit down. I said, Chief, let me speak to the chief. I come here now. He said, when you go and see Jesus, you see Maga in your Maga, what do you do? Can't say that I'm here too. I said, can't yeah, we're calling you. I can't Sarah. I said, the way the women had. I said, the way they call 2 people calling me like that. Let me go sit down. Mange sitting down here, he put my chair right here. I sat down. The next person to me that was in finance minister Samia Tue. Right now the government running at 3 people run the government. They didn't want to tell the president what to do. There was in Koji, Samia Tue, and Natana Mange. He came for a chair, sitting down between 2 of them. He said, what happened to Gongande? So your Dagbana took the title that's supposed to be to the president and gave it to the vice president. Maybe Ko and the vice president want to overthrow our government with revenge. He strode through the film, Mr. Domia. The loafer picture that the picture came first. He said, you see it? This is evident. And she told it in loafer she want to be president. I stick between. I said, yeah, man, yeah, two. I said, I'm between two of them. Moses, the labor they call Moses, who they appointed ambassador, and I come go replay as a Jackson. He said, I'm the army. My folk can move, it can't come. I ever tracing trial. Samuel twice said, we revenge to the letter. He said, only God that bless you. You work for all of us to be employed. Two, you stand you in the middle. If you are coming to be left and right, you are going to be the first to take the heat. He said, we're bad government. You want to finish executing all of you? Manga said, don't talk about execution. We're moving everybody. For me to I say, where everybody man live heavy. I say, I want to shake in the chair. Eh? Why two people want to overthrow our government? They know how we suffer before we came to the point that the city will never want to take out to be for Lily. I said that man last time Mr. Domia stick in between those two chairs. They saw drink they gave me. Chef, the 2 hour in Jamaica train, I saw drink for 2 hours. They can't fit in. Now real drinking said. In that time, daytime, my boy want to drink it. The president sitting now on the table looking at the table. The two people blast. One low Jefferson Kojiki. Jefferson Kojiki stood right in front of me. He said, no, he said, the superintendent, there is some degree of mercy. And we explain that into detail to you. He's standing here, he was not saying he was standing in front of me. Manga said, we'll never take that nonsense. How do you want to overthrow our government for? Eh? I said, Mr. Domia, I was just looking for a way so I would get from between our two chairs and jump by us and leave the whole program. The president sitting down looking at me, tell the table and the table that had the table close up. I said, oh, they talk. Why they want to overthrow our government? Are very wicked, being wicked. Why they almost so wicked? The how she started a wickedness to Jim Barney. Oh, Mr. Domia, Mange and whoever was sitting down, she came for the program from the States. She said, my people, the students will not take the latches. I beg you. She came here to refresh her mind, but the way you're not doing now, she will not be happy to be in the program. I said, no, I will stay. Quietly, I just said it like that. I said, I will stay. She said, you're not giving her all the lapses. You're not making her spirit man leave her. I beg you, you're leave her. Mange said the woman myself were in the MPP. When Taylor got ready for that woman, we were in the van. We were the youth advocating for her. She know. Dopoto, Mange told her phone, I called Vanny right away. Vanny answered way in Maryland. He said, this is what your VP now do to us. He said, so we'll take action. We'll go on your country and we'll take action. The first thing we start with Sansan Kawate. I said, in our open play, Mr. Domia, they saw me what they offer me. You know, I left it. They saw, I took the first date, the second date now, they started blasting. So I just said it down. Then my Samuel Tue told me, he said, that your Mexico. Samuel Tue, I said, different person. He said, that your Mexico. Oh no, no way he will see our president before he came. Mange told me, say, he fought not in my office. You will never see the president in life again. You will see Joe, we are on TV. Except Joe, we are going a horse. Maybe all the representatives there. But for Mexico to come one-on-one, it will never happen as long as we are here. They're knocking the table. Yeah, happy day, the president didn't give me an annual message.
And that's some of the thing. If you don't pay attention to know where you're coming from, and want to know where you're going, you will always make mistakes. So all that thing you're writing here, don't move me, my man. If I'm cool, nothing move me. You can write all you want. I'm a member of Liberty Party USA, but it's not about that. I'm speaking about my country. Being member of Liberty Party, ANC, CDC, does not mean anything more than being a Liberian. So please, if you don't want to listen to me, just excuse yourself. Or you can write all you want to write. But it doesn't matter. But let's go on, folks. Those of you that are listening. And please, after listening to the tape, what do you make? Do you think that Madam Howard Taylor was selected based on, on her merit? I don't think so. But I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. Now, After this was done, the issue with Madam Taylor and the president became permanent in newspaper and everything else. All people put them together and say, what's going on here? The president would say nothing. You would think the president would have the courage now to say, look, this is X, Y, and Z. And perhaps if Madam Taylor is doing something that is not right, the old folks would tell her, you can't do this. Because this country, the safety, the peace of this country, it's in both of you guys' hands. You can't do this. He's the president. But when they are calling to Madam Taylor, every time they asked, she would say nothing wrong. So she was under the impression, okay, if I haven't done anything to you, and I'm not doing anything bad, you said nothing so, then why am I getting this kind of treatment? At one time, she even considered resigning. Okay? Now, I'll play this video, and I'll play again at the end, but look where we are right now. This is a video that just happened here a little bit over 2 weeks ago. Okay? This is why this is the vice president of the Republic of Liberia. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know much about the Constitution, how you remove a vice president. I'm sure you can do that by impeaching or whatever. I'm not too sure what are the mechanisms of removing a vice president. I don't know that, and I don't want to speculate on. But let's listen to the vice president, and I'll play this video again at the end. Let's listen to the vice president. Quite recently, listen to her.
You come to explain. So you think about it. You open your eyes and your ears. Any money they want bring out to eat, you let it. Anybody bring your money out eat it because they'll be bringing money to the bar. But anybody will bring money to the bar, they not in your eater tomorrow. They will say I pay for that food. They not here before. So they bring their money here, you eat it. That free money, that stolen money. Because nothing you wife have for you, just take it divided like that. The only money go get divide. That money what you wife for. A person should not be bribing people for vote. You should come and talk to your citizens, explain to them what you would like to do, and then ask them for the vote. If they got to come bribe you, tomorrow you will not see you. But the man used to come here before, you will not see you. You come to explain. So you think about it. You open your eyes and your ears. Any money they want bring out to eat, you let it. Anybody bring your money out eat it because they'll be bringing money to the bar. But anybody will bring money to the bar, they not in your eater tomorrow. They will say I pay for that food. They not here before. So they bring their money here, you eat it. That free money, that stolen money. Because nothing you wife have for you, just take it divided like that. The only money go get divide. That money what you wife for. A person should not be bribing people for vote. You should come and talk to your citizens, explain to them what you would like to do, and then ask them for the vote. If they got to come bribe you, tomorrow you will not see you. But the man used to come here before, you will not see you. You come to explain.
That, folks, that is a statement from the vice president. But one thing I like about us Liberians sometimes, it doesn't bother me because I know who I am. I know my position in the society already. So there's nothing you're going to do to reduce my position because I work hard for my position. So I know who I am. There's nothing you're going to, except for God, nothing anybody can do to reduce my position. Even if you kill me, I will remain at that position. You kill me, it doesn't mean you're going to reverse me back to 1970-something when Sansinto was still walking in town with no shoes on. Ain't happening. When you kill me right now, I will be at this position. I work hard to bring myself here. So you're not going to do nothing. Nothing you're going to say. My ain't fame, you ain't fame, mama. I will say the truth. So anyway, when I was, you see, that's how dishonest you people are. On Wednesday here, when I was here praising Dr. We are in his soccer business, every one of you, oh, that's a good show. You are the best person. You always, your honesty is. Now, when I'm talking, I'm trying to bring confusion between the vice president and the president. How dishonest you people are. And this is what, but you see, you got people like me to contend with. Because nothing you will do that will frighten me. I have a platform. You have a choice. You can either say click and leave, or you sit here and listen to my mouth and be writing. Good luck. Anyhow, let's enjoy ourselves, folks. So, the president and the vice president having some issue after that, I had to call it Dabana title. So, the president and the vice president starting having some serious issue. I'm not going to play Sekou statements. I'm not going to play that anymore. Okay, but let's listen. When things started heating up, okay, the vice president was asked in Front Page African, had a wonderful interview with her. But let's listen. Why did she even consider resigning? Let's listen to this. Samson told Labron Public Radio.
With all the challenges, difficulties, accusations, and misconceptions about your perceived ambitions, have you ever considered or thought about resigning?
Truthfully, yes. Many times, not just once. And those who in my office will hear me say, I was better off just sitting in the senator's office. And then my chief of staff will always say, no, the Liberian people are still waiting for you to do what you and the president said you would do. So there's no going back. But you know, as humans, some things would occur and you will say, oh God, did I make the right choice? And so I have quite a few times said, maybe I didn't make the right choice. Maybe I'm the problem for which this marriage is having all of the stumbling blocks. It's good to internally, also say, well, maybe I'm the problem. What can I do to fix it? But in spite of the many challenges, I know that the people of Liberia, when they went to cast their ballot, they looked at the combination of what Ambassador Weah-Den brought to the table and what I brought to the table, and how we have managed to put in place during the campaign a robust team that could deal with any issue, give us proper information, give us proper advice. That's how we won. If we didn't have a good team, we probably would not have won the elections, because it's good to jump around and do the songs, but then the strategies are important. So I know that there is a beautiful coalition team that has the expertise of many persons, which we need to bring to bear. And so I pray that year number 3, going on, that we won't have any regrets, that we'll be allowed to fully engage. I look at my years of experience and what I was able to help Madam Salif accomplish in the legislature. How can I be at this level and not being able to make the impact for which the president sought when he began looking for a vice president? Whatever the undercurrents are, I pray that we'll begin to look carefully at Liberia. What is it people want? How can we, again, come together and work? It is possible in the time frame that we have. And that should be our legacy. Hopefully, everyone will, at this beginning point of the year, look back and see, the missteps. Look back and see how disjointed we were, unlike during the campaign, and somehow come together. We have to unify. We have to put the past behind us. We have to gear up for ensuring that each of us that has a part to play in the PAP, the agenda, does everything within their power to make it work, so that the trust and the faith given to us in 2017 would not have been squandered.
With all the
This, my brothers and sisters, I submit to you once again. At this time, when she was making that statement, she was hurt because she truly believed that these people accepted her. I told you that before. That she was accepted within the hierarchy of CDC, only to find out that she was never accepted in the first place. However, she decided, you see, that's how intelligent person, and she's very highly educated, intelligent. So she's saying to herself, I'm not going to rush. Because apparently, she's also smart, folks. She have discovered and she have observed these people's behavior. So she knows that this is not going to be the last time. They will try again. So she decided, when she had an interview, she decided to go soft and still give them some sort of an olive branch. You heard her. We shouldn't squander this opportunity that Liberian people give us, she said. Each of us bringing something on the table that we can contribute for the upliftment of this country. Paraphrasing, of course. So by she making those kinds of statements, because you heard the question, they asked her, well, you can say, she said yes. But she did not say yes, she did not narrate that with anger. Oh, my people. You got to know people to be able to deal with people effectively. This is Samson told Liberian Public Radio. I'm honored again this evening, folks. But anyway, so you heard the lady. All of the explanations she gave you, she was not angry. She was trying to present herself to CDC, Dr. Weah, and the CDC hierarchy to say, look, you guys saw something in me. She stated that, for which you selected me. I still have that ability. She said this. She said, if I can be a senator and be able to help Madam Saliv achieve so much in this country, now that I'm vice president and not able to do anything to carry on these kinds of policy, I'm still here. You heard that. But no, Dr. Weah and those who, and this is where, when I watch these kinds of video, folks, every time when I come out here and make statement that people have put Dr. Weah in the bubble, I'm not making these statements out of frustration, or somehow I'm making these statements based on sentiment of dislike. No, I'm being genuine. Now, if Dr. Weah, let's look at Dr. Weah a little bit of what I know. This is, I know he keep grudge, that I know. There are many people you talk to that have close contact with him, they will say that. Even in the days of football playing, the news were coming to us. Because I was in the football community to myself. I don't know him. I've never met him before. He doesn't even know who I am. But I've heard of him. I know of him. Okay. So I know that. But he's not a violent person. Because as Samson told, I play in Italy with all the Italians, the way they can be kicking people. I'll be knocking people teeth out every day. I don't stay there or they kick me by. Because we're beating people. You can't kick my foot. I'm playing football and you kicking me. I will beat you up. But he was never like that. He was never a violent person. Only one time, he headbutted some guy in the hallway. And the reason was, if you were, I played that video one time. If you were to watch the video, you yourself, the headbutt you are not going to, you are going to put you were game Faria, a big here. You know what the man did to Dr. Weah? They were playing, folks, side by side. I'm just telling you that for me, he's not a violent person. They were playing football, this particular game. And this guy, he's a defender for Portuguese. He played for Portuguese, but one Portuguese club. But anyway, this guy, every time they play AC Milan, he's always kicking Dr. Weah because he thinks that he can be bad and that. But Dr. Weah will dribble him and score. So at this one game, the AC Milan took the ball on the right wing, okay? And the right winger crossed the ball. Dr. Weah was still behind. You can see if you watch that video, the guy crossed the ball. The defender, not this defender now, the other defender, because the defender was keeping his eyes on Dr. Weah. So the other defender headbutted the ball back to the winger. So the winger, by the time the winger got the ball, Dr. Weah knew instantly where this ball was going to place the ball. He took off. And the defender, he was facing, by the time he turned around, Dr. Weah was there to where the ball was going to play. He had to contort himself. In other words, he twisted himself in the air and scored the goal. When he did that, he has to balance his left hand on the ground. This guy came, Iron Star, stepped on Dr. Weah's finger, almost split it. So Dr. Weah had to be moved from the field. They fixed it and everything. He came back. He said nothing. So the guy was bragging on the field. So Dr. Weah didn't say anything. They were leaving the field in the hallway. he helped butter this guy and no, almost knock his nose off of his face. That was the only violence that I know of. But if you were to do that kind of thing to me, Sansinto from Totan, Bloku from Totan, Rebobé from Totan, you do that kind of thing to me, you think I will beat you. The Italian people, that immigration will take me from the football field straight back to Totan. They're not even going to stop me to Montreal because Montreal will be too good. I will beat you. They will take me from straight from the football field straight to Totan. Forget Totan. They will take me all the way to Montreal because that's the village of the Totan village. That's what I would, but he didn't do that. Okay. Now, the reason I'm doing it because I don't know him to be of a violent person. Okay. So when the vice president was making a comment about resigning and what have you, she was still in a position. But do you think CDC hierarchy would try to make sense of it and try to, because every one of them watched the video, watched the interview. The interview is a public record. So you can't tell me they never watched it. You would think they say, first of all, she's vice president. She's our sister. She's a Liberian, our sister. And she feeling bad like that we're treating her like this. This is not how we behave. You would think they will approach her and try to mess the fence in order to come back together. It ain't happening. Okay? Now, the video that I just showed you, where she said I stolen money, does she look at somebody who's considering resign now? The woman have ducked in. That bulldozer y'all will bring now to remove the woman. She have ducked in, folks. She's not moving. And I will tell you more. I will tell you more. But anyway, here's the other video of the vice president, okay, telling us some more stuff of why she think things are happening. Mistrust among the hierarchy. Listen to this. Listen to this. And this is one of the things, if you're educated, you're in a good position. Because the selection of words are very important and when you're explaining, especially in this kind of setting, where you're not angry. Your word selection, the choice of words become very important and very effective in how you communicate whatever it is that you want to say to the people. Let's listen. And she truly, truly utilized that ability effectively right here as well. Let's watch. Samson to why am I using all the BB boat tonight? What kind of business there? Miss Samson to put you said to go. Well, effective. I said the woman was explaining and she explained it bad way. Samson to folks, I'm enjoying myself this Friday afternoon. Samson to but she has I'm not speaking no more bogo. That's so no English you're coming here. The woman explained it and she explained it bad way. Sounds into let's on a very serious note. Here's the lady now, she's going to tell us that among the group there's mistrust. But she will also say, why is this mistrust? I don't know. I've never done anything that will generate that kinds of feeling. Why are they behaving like this? She herself was confused. Why you think she was confused? Now let's go back to my statement that I made earlier. That she believed she was selected based on her own merits. But if you look into that little young man, Sekou, he said she was not selected based on the merit. She was selected because of some other reason. He didn't go into it. But I suspect it's because Dr. Weah, let me say that again. Dr. Weah wanted to flog us, the opposition, badly, massively, so we don't even have no room. You can't go to Supreme Court with 61.5% against you. What would be your argument? Unless you say they stuffed the ballots. And if you make that kind of accusation, you will have to produce evidence. Liberia is not a banana republic. Liberia is being governed by government, by people. You can't just get a make statement and people accept it. What do you think this is? Montpellier? Please. Samson told LeBron. Let's listen to this one.
Do you believe there's an issue of unfettered distrust between you and the president on the one hand, and you and those within inner circle on the other hand?
I think it's just one journey, because the head of state is our leader. All of us serve with him. And as a mother, I know that if you visit my house today, and I told everyone from yesterday, oh, Mr. Rodney C will be visiting me on Monday morning. And you come to the gate and they expect you and they usher you in. If I were to say anything negative after this process, maybe the next time you came, your reception will be quite different. So there are things that actually elicit the behavior that we're seeing. And like I said, I'm not a part of the background meetings or the background conversations. The reason why most women feel left out of the political sphere is that, they will call a meeting at 1 o'clock in the morning. And at 1 o'clock in the morning, Rodney, I'm in bed. Most women won't go out at that time. And so, being men, as they are, normally, this is not a strange phenomenon, that those kinds of smaller meetings will be held, and consensus is built at certain levels. But I wouldn't say that there is a mistrust in the meaning of that word, because over the last 2 years, with all of the wrangling going on, we've had several meetings. Some of our fathers in the land have called the both of us to say what's going on. And I know the president will always say, I don't have a problem with her. We've never argued. We've never gone at a war of words. We've never had a negative, embrace. And he would say, so I don't have an issue with her. And then people would say, so what is the problem? And you'll say, every day someone comes to me with a story. The vice president is this. The vice president is doing that. The vice president is doing another thing. And anybody will get kind of concerned. But after all of the talking, and he would say, okay, you guys who are ministers and a part of the framework, everybody go work and let's work. We got work to do. So if I were to really be truthful, you don't know what's in the hearts of people, and so I can only say how I feel. That I have no iota of hatred or disrespect or any negative feelings towards the president. I know he's trying to accomplish a job, and those of us who are around him must sometimes put aside our personal issues and join that work. Are there issues with some of the people in government? Yes, there are issues. I felt disrespected, I felt ignored at some times. And I think I've been patient for a 2-year period just to continue to work this through. So I do believe that there is some issue here and there about or between me and some of the ministers.
Do you believe there's an issue of unfettered distrust?
I want to thank all of you again. This is Samson to Liberian Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again for watching. Not that you don't have anything to do this Friday afternoon, but the fact that you're tuning in to me, I really appreciate it and feel proud to be part of the community. Thank you very much. I just want to make an appeal. Mr. George just wrote something. I want to make that announcement. And I'm sure Mr. So will be able to make that announcement come Sunday. We might have some fundraising. We're trying to do a fundraising for LPR, Liberia Public Radio, to be able to have reporters from all over the counties to be able to report directly to LPR, where we will be able to broadcast it for you. If it's here in a diaspora, we have no issue because every one of us have internet, so we're not worrying about it. We're paying our bills and whatever. But it's back home. So when you are asking young people to go to these different countries to report of what is happening, it's difficult. We need phone card or whatever it is. So if any of you can call Mr. So, if you're listening, please put the number up for us so that if anybody want to contribute, we'll be able to put the number up. So Mr. So, Mr. Pat George, if you're listening, you can just put Mr. So numbers up. Let me see if I can find out, folks. Okay. So I hope the number, let me see if I can put a number up, folks. The number that I would like for you to call. You can call that number and talk to Mr. So and see if you want to make any contribution. I think we will appreciate it because we really do need contribution from time to time from our brothers and sisters, so that we'll be able to carry out the kinds of work that Liberia Public Radio is quite known for, to be able to carry out these things out. The number you have to call is 682. Hold on, folks. I'll get back to my topic, please. Just bear with me. But we're trying to raise funds here for us to have the election. The coverage of the election is very important to all of us because those of us that are in the diaspora, we don't have any other means to be able to have in-depth information. And so we put this up. This is the number, please, if you can give us a call. Okay. I don't know how I'm not able to pin it. Okay, there's a number here. If you can give Mr. So a call, and then we will go ahead and do that. Samson told Liberia Public. Let me go ahead and play one more video. Okay. So at this point, you have the vice president explaining that she really need to do something to get the president and the entire group moving, but they were not willing to cooperate according to her. So let's listen to this last video. I have many videos, but I'm just going to play a few of them, and then I'll jump into the international community aspect of it. Let's listen to this last video from the vice president, and let's see how far we're going to go. Samson told Liberia Public Radio.
Challenges, difficulties, accusations, and misconceptions about your perceived ambitions. Have you ever considered or thought about resigning?
Truthfully, yes. Many times, not just once. And those who in my office will hear me say, I was better off just sitting in the senator's office. And then my chief of staff will always say, no.
Sorry, wrong one. I think all of the video has been exhausted so far.
So there's no going back.
Let me see. Oh, hold on, folks.
You know, as humans, some things
just bear with me.
occur and you will say, oh, God.
Trust between you and the president, on the one hand, and you and those within inner circle on the other hand.
I think it's just one journey. Because the head of state is our leader, all of us serve with him. And as a mother, I know that if you visit my house today, and I told everyone from yesterday, Mr. Rodney C. will be visiting me on Monday morning. And you come to the gate and they expect you and they usher you in. If I were to say anything negative after this process, maybe the next time you came,
this lady is not about ready to resign.
So there are things that actually elicit the behavior that we're seeing.
She's ducking.
So you think about it. You open your eyes and your ears. Any money they want bring to eat, anybody bring your money you eat because they'll be bringing money to the bar. But anybody that will bring money to the bar, they don't need your eat tomorrow. They will say I pay for that food. Have you not heard before? Yeah. So they bring the money and you eat it. That free money, that stolen money. Because nothing you wife have for you, just take it divided like that. The only money you can divide, that money what you wife for. A person should not be bribing people for vote. You should come and talk to your citizens, explain to them what you would like to do, and then ask them for the vote. If they can come bribe you, tomorrow you will not see you. But the man you so kind before, you will not see it. You come to explain. So you think about it. You open your eyes and your ears.
Before I close, I'll play it again. But let's look at this whole thing that I've been saying now for almost 2 hours or so. let's try to wrap it up, and then I'll open a line. This is where my concern, all the other stuff that I've been explaining, I'm giving you the groundwork so that I can come up with my conclusion. Now, I told you already that the international community was excited and very much on board with Dr. Weah and the CDC. You have the first female president of a country that just came from a civil war. We're talking Liberia, an African country, where we have culture, and the culture is dominated, it's always dominated by men. But here we are, we, the Liberian people, selected a female to lead us. We're just coming from war, where the war was devastating to a lot of Liberians. Women and children bear the brunt of all of the casualty, most of them women and children. Combatants have no respect for women. But here we are coming from war, where bad things happen. But we decided to come and bend the corner and selected a female to be our leader. So the international community felt within us, well, these people, they will be good. Something good is going to come out of this. So they decided to open their purse. The goodwill of the international community started happening in Liberia. So, after the first female president of Liberia left, the goodwill of the international community was there still. It hasn't changed. So, Dr. Weah and his people brought in a female to be the vice president. Where in Asia, just a country over there where the lady Song Shin-mu, one of the best politicians, but they refused for her to even take power. She was on her House of Rep for years. I think she's in power now. So they were watching and they saw this. They said, oh, this is good. So when Dr. Weah, they brought in Madam Taylor to be the vice president, the excitement in the community, in the international community, continued to grow. Now, let me show you one other picture very quickly. This picture is very interesting. The lady on your left is the former president of the Republic of Liberia, Madam Salif. The lady on your right is a former U.S. ambassador in Liberia, Madam Greenfield. Madam Greenfield, she became the chair of Madam Salif Foundation, Women Foundation, something that have to do with women. Okay. Why do I bring that up, folks? How is this conversation, is it important to whatever that I'm discussing? And I submit to you, yes, it is. In order for her to be a chair for Madam Salif Foundation, she must have had some sort of a relationship with Madam Salif. I also submit on this that their relationship has grown over the years. And I think she genuinely admired Madam Salif and liked Madam Salif. In fact, Madam Greenfield did a 1-year study in the 70s in Liberia. So she's not stranger to Liberia and Liberian culture. Okay? Now, if you've been watching American politics lately, Madam Greenfield has been nominated by the incoming administration, Biden-Harris administration, to be ambassador, U.S. ambassador to the UN. And one of the reasons people have been saying that these people were selected or nominated because of their years of experience. So, let's get back to what is happening in Liberia. Madam Greenfield is quite familiar with all of the players in Liberia. Dr. Weah, Madam Howard Taylor, Madam Salif, and all of the players in Liberia. Okay, so she's being ambassador to the UN by from the US. She's also have her ears and eyes open on West Africa because one of her expertise is on West Africa, sub-region, Sahara sub-region. So she's quite familiar with all of our issues in Africa, West Africa to be specific. And the fact that she spent years, okay, in Liberia as an ambassador, it's an honor burden for her. Now, I submit to you that whatever that is happening right now with Dr. Weah and Madam Taylor, we have to take it serious. Because Madam Salif, Madam Greenfield, and all of the females that are now most likely dominate the Biden-Harris administration will not allow an African leader to mistreat a woman. I said that. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But all of these women, especially African-American women, that are being asked to lead a be part of the U.S. administration, you think they will sit here and let Dr. Weah and CDC and people to mistreat Madam Taylor, who also happen to be a sister? You think these people are going to sit here and allow that? Think about it. Seriously, think about it. They're not going to. So all of the issue, that Liberia is a sovereign country, they can't do nothing. Yeah? Fool yourself. You think they're not going to say anything? So those who are pushing the line for Dr. Weah to replace Madam Julia Howard Taylor, you have to come up with a concrete reason. Because there's already been a history being established. History being established. With Madam Julia Howard Taylor, her engagement with Dr. Weah and his people, these are public records. If Asan Sinto can get hold of it, what makes you think people at the State Department don't have copy of these things already? What makes you think the people in Liberia, the American embassy, not reporting to State Department every year? So these are my concern. And I'm saying to all of us, if you have contact with this government, they should be careful. Unless this woman is corrupt, unless you can prove that this woman is guilty of certain constitutional activities that are unbecoming of a vice president. So let me read this to you, folks. These are very serious time. I'm on computer acting up right now. But there's a story I'm going to be reading to you very shortly. These are very serious time. There's an article, okay, about this whole thing here. Let me see. And if I can get hold of these kinds of stories, what make you think the American government don't already have that? Okay? So if you think, say, Liberia, it's a sovereign country, yeah? You want air to breathe, you call in America, then you say, when they talk, then you say sovereign country, you got another thing coming. Okay? So let me read this. Let me read this article here. All right? My computer's still active. But anyway, there's an article that I don't know what happened here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Sorry, folks. Sorry. Just bear with me. You got all the junk. Okay. Here's the article here. All right. And this article says they're planning. This is speculation. I don't know. This is an article. I'm just reading. It said there's a plan in the work to remove the sitting vice president. Why? Because she's not supporting the party agenda, according to them. Okay? So, but what I want to read to you is this, where they're contributing some of the statement made. It's a statement by the president where he said, you cannot bite the hand that feed you. You cannot be part of a system and fight the system. So according to this story, which I don't want to read the entire thing, I just want to read a little bit of it. Okay. Okay, where Marvin Cole made this statement, according to them, I am very much disappointed in our own vice president. She should be a team player and not someone who will fight the system. Marvin Cole, remember the video I just showed you here? Now he's part of the CDC hierarchy. The Madam Superintendent of Bond County, Madam Esther Walker, is not part of this. Okay, so, but the point in that article that I want to point out, there was a person who don't want to be identified, but he said, if y'all don't believe and y'all bet our resolve, y'all watch what we did to Justice Kabina Jenna. We remove him, did we? And we can do that too with the vice president. That was a statement that was in this article. Okay? Now, if all of these things are something you want to do, I don't know the constitutional biking that will allow people to do that. But most likely what they're saying that the president is already trying to do, according to the article, is that he's trying to see if she can be removed as head of NPP. Okay? NPP, I believe, is the political party that she's the standard bearer of NPP. And the fact that NPP is part of the coalition allow her to be the vice president, according to the article. I'm not too sure how true that is. I'm not too sure when the Liberian people went to the poll as to whether they were voting, they voted just a ticket or it was a separate voting process. I'm not too sure how this is going to work. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. However, if this thing doesn't turn out right, it's going to hurt all of us. So I'm hoping and I'm praying that the fact the president had made that selection and the election has already been won, work your best and get this lady back on board. There's no reason for conflict. I've given you over 2 hours of explanation here, analysis. According to me, you don't have to accept it. And I don't even expect you to accept it because those are my analysis. You have the right to get your own analysis based on what you know. I just have the opportunity to have a platform to expose my analysis publicly. You can do the same thing. You don't have to count on me. But if we are doing these things, and what I'm saying, if it makes sense, then I think we, as Liberian, because that's the only country we have, you cannot remove a sitting vice president based on the fact that she refused to support a specific candidate. And even if you go into that process, she's not in the wrong, according to the story. When the coalition happened, CDC and the collaborating political party decided to join in and become a coalition, there was a framework that was put together, a document that was guiding the coalition process. And in that document, one of the things they stated, according to the story, was that if in a county, for example, if a CDC has a candidate already vetted in our county, NPP will not put anybody in there to challenge the person. On the other hand, if NPP or any other coalition party have their member already sitting in that position, CDC must not or should not try to put somebody to challenge the sitting representative. And they were also able to give each of the political party a county to say, okay, this is your county. So in case when the time comes, we will not put primaries issue in those counties for you. So now her thing is, in terms of Bond County, CDC decided they're going to put somebody in there. She's saying we're not going to accept it because we have documents. And then people from the CDC are saying we have documents, but it has been revised. Well, how will you revise the document without the vice president being involved or having the knowledge of it, according to the paper? So this has become a new issue with the vice president, where the president now is making statements. If you cannot support the coalition, there will be consequence. What consequence would it be? We have to be very, very careful. Liberia is the only country we have. I like to leave from here and go to Total and be able to make noise. In fact, when I was in Total, I did a video of myself, the chicken and myself were talking. The chicken crow, myself crow. Because it was in Total. I can't do that in any other town. There's no way. I cannot go to even the next door village. I can't get in a Bogota. I can't go there and try to act stupid like that. I can only do those things in Total. Because I don't care what people think of me in Total. That's my town. I was born there. So I'm allowed to be stupid in Total. I can't do that somewhere else. Why? Because that is my country. If we don't lead this is fresh. Just imagine, United States of America, over 200 years of a democratic experience. We just started 2005. One man, one vote, 2005. And if you're naive to expect that you're not going to have issues, look what is happening here in America with this gone election and the sitting president. Look how much problem he put in the United States through. How much more about Liberia? So we're not naive. But we should not do anything that will cross the line, that will invite issues that might tend to turn into something that cannot be controlled. If this lady is no longer able to function as vice president, Mr. President, in the CDC, you people go back on the drawing board with the coalition and have a discussion, public discussion that will involve, because the coalition from the people from all over the country, they are part of that coalition. So have a massive, just like you did recently, have a massive rally. Have a convention where the issue will be discussed. If it's not publicly, but at least have a committee from the convention to set up a committee that will look into the vice president. Why is it that she will come and make this kind of statement when the people bring the money out, eat it as stolen money? A vice president of the Republic of Liberia. Saying people who are running campaign with money that is being stolen. What is the evidence? And even if she had the evidence, why would she make a statement like that publicly? Folks, this is Samson Toll, LeBron Public Radio. Thank you for joining us this evening. Okay, so thank you for joining us this evening. Let me go ahead and open a line, and I want you to give me a call. Samson to Labrador Public Radio. I've been talking now for quite a while. Okay. Oh, before I open a line, let me This is Blacko. Let me give you an update of my progress on my project. Let me give you an update. So as you all know, I'm an engineer. So, but anyway, I have a project, the bridge project up north, and I was over there and I did a video from there, live video, and many of you were able to pick up from that, and I just thought that I'd give you guys an update. And whenever we have a meeting, I'm always giving you guys an update. So Thursday will be the drop dead day for the project. We have to submit what they call M300. M300s is a process, it's a milestone of the project where you submit or more like 90% completion of the project design. So we're going to be doing M300 by Thursday. So to Monday, I also have to do my final presenting or submittal, my final submittal to the environmental group. My wall, because I have a retaining wall on, so that it will hold the road up so the road don't fall apart. So I have to do all my retaining wall. I have to submit my retaining wall and all of the design criteria of the retaining wall, how many steel I'm going to use in this retaining wall, how much concrete going to be used, how much excavation. So I've done all of that. I have all of those information already. Okay, so that's not the design of the road. That's just the design of the retaining wall. Okay, how much of that, the weight of the wall, all of those kinds of good stuff. Okay, how the steel going to be tied, what kind of tie they're going to use, all of the good things. So I'm done with all of that. So I'm going to be doing my final submittal, which is the wall by my sister. I'll do the wall by Monday and submit it to environmental. So I've already done all of the fish passage issues taken care of. I've already done the snake deal. All the snake in the areas are going to be safe. All of the little leaf, poison oak, poison ivy, all of those things are safe. The little stream, all of the frog, the estimated frog in the area are already safe because I made a provision for that. And the bigger issue, the bigger hurdle we had at the time was this case me. You know, the case me we can use back when you put in the palm and go people, they have a bed. They call it muscle bed. But anyway, the case me bed is about, from the middle of the bridge, it's about 200 feet. From the middle of the bridge, 200 feet west, and then about, I think, 250 or so east, and then it goes about 300 feet wide. So it's almost the entire length of the river. So I have to provide, and this is where they wanted me to go in. The last time I told them from Totan, I don't play with water. They wanted me to dive. Of course, they're going to give you all of the gear. You have to practice and all that kind of stuff. But they give you all the scuba gear, and then you go underneath the water, and you do your sketch from there. So you come out and see how the actual muscle. I say, I'm not doing it. I say, I'm from Totan. I'll play water. I'm not going under the water. I will do my thing. I will do my estimate. So anyway, the folks that went down there brought the information back. They did a survey, brought it back. I was able to put everything. So in all in all, it's been a very wonderful project. Wonderful project. This project they started since 2001, and every time they give it to people, it's always failed. So I'm the last person, and I promised myself that from my handiwork, the project gonna be built. And I will go out there during the construction and go live on that. I just thought I'd give you guys the update. Now, let me put a number up so that you give me a call. Samson to Labron Pub Radio. Again, oh, that's the wrong stuff. Okay. So anyway, I thought I'd give you that information. Thank you for listening to my whatever that I'm talking about. Now, let's put the number up. Give me a call. My sister are calling me. Okay, give me a call, folks. Samson to Labron Pub Radio. Samson to LeBron Public Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
How you doing, Mr. Toll? My name is Dwalu, and I'm
Thank,
calling from Boston, Mass. How you doing?
thank you for joining us. We
Yes,
appreciate it. Go ahead, make a point. I've
yeah,
been talking for
we
too long tonight.
listened to your expose and everything you spoke about tonight. There was a bunch of stuff that you covered. But I just want to speak to 2 points. The first thing is, when we deify a man in Liberia, we are all guilty of this. When we put whoever our leaders are, and we make them think they're bigger than the rest of the country, that's when they think they have more power than they really have. For example, President Weah doesn't just come out and tell you that, if you don't do certain things, there will be consequences attached to it, because he believes he has the power to say that or do that against the vice president. But one thing I want to say about Vice President Joy Howard Taylor, she is naive to believe that if she swims with alligators, she's not going to get bitten. She's going to get bitten, whether she loves it or not. But the main reason why I'm calling tonight is about the issue of sovereignty that you spoke about. When people say, Liberia has sovereignty, I always lie. We don't have a sovereignty in our country. This is a semi-autonomous country. We depend on everybody for everything, and then we want to proclaim sovereignty. Now, you spoke to that, and I agree with your point that you made. Okay, if we truly want sovereignty as we proclaim in Liberia, we have to do things that sovereign countries do. That means we truly have to take our own law, as we say in Liberia. Okay, we got to be responsible for ourselves. If you want the dignity that we seek, we have to create that dignity at home, where we truly take the issue of citizenship very seriously. But all we do is, a few people come to power, they believe everybody else is a subject of theirs, and then they treat them anyhow. The only way we're going to be stronger, our leadership must understand that we have to bring the whole country along. Create that enabling environment that's going to make our citizens feel this is home, this is where we can be the greatest. Now, you make a point about going to Toll Town where you can be yourself entirely in Toll Town. And that is true. Liberia is the only place that we can truly become ourselves. But we cannot become ourselves when we are subject in our country where foreigners can come and literally dominate everything. Until we have the leadership that does that, we are not sovereign. We are a semi-sovereign country, but pretending to be something that we are not. Thank you so much, Mr. Toll.
Wait, don't run away, my man. What kind of BB boy? What you got birth certificate? I want your long form birth certificate. I want no short one. Every time you come here, that's also you sure you from Liberia, my man?
My man, I say I'm from Liberia. JFK, I was born in JFK. Right there in the late 70s. My mom from Riverside, my father's from Bowman County, yes.
Oh, my man. When you and myself meet you like, bro, we're looking for the same job, I will ask for birth certificate. I will be my first because and I want a long form too.
You want to deny me something that is really mine? I'm at home there too, Mr. Toll, I'm not from Toll Town, from Kemet Town. Not too far from Douala. My village is right behind Rick's Mission, so
wow.
It's home. But there's a lot of things we have to get done in Liberia. We can't just keep complaining about certain things. But, I'll keep saying this. Every time we deify a leader, that leader, after a certain time, he or she truly believes that they are above the people. This is the certain syndrome that's going on with President Weah right now. Look, yeah. I have no qualms with the President Weah has to understand that he served the people. A lot of people in Liberia don't understand that serving master relationship. It's the other way around. We are reversed that, where our leaders believe that people are subjugated to them until there is time for election and they come and pretend. And that's what's going on in the country. The country will not change for the President Weah understand certain things. You have to find Liberia's best and brightest to help you, irrespective of their political ideology. You understand me, Mr. Toll? So there's a lot of work to be done. But the issue of sovereignty, we are not a sovereign country until we behave sovereignly, where the issue of citizenship is truly taken seriously, and we can protect the future of Liberia. Thank you so much, Mr. Toll.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Again, folks, Samson to LeBron Public. If you call and I'm not able to answer because someone else is on the line. Samson to LeBron Public. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
This is Christian Gay. I'm calling you from Phoenix, Arizona.
Thank you for joining us. What's on your mind, sir?
I just want to say thank you for the show. I heard you talking about the the vice president, Joe Howard Taylor. I want every Liberian to know today, wherever problem we're going through is the same cause of the same vice president we are talking about, and she's still in that know-how to create conflict. That's why the person is staying away from her. You can tell many days. Let's say, for example, in America, we all know in America that they're running campaigns. Where do you see Trump go, or you don't see my parents supporting the idea of Trump and stuff and things? You know, they say when your house not stay, the street will not buy you. I think the vice president came to CDC just to make CDC to be a trouble, but we told her she be up on day one, but he didn't listen. We know her ambition. We know she want to be a leader. How can you go to Nima and Bon County that when y'all were running before, you went to Bon County to ask people for your vote? For the whole entire Solar CDC or MPP, you went there to ask them for your vote. You never wanted to ask them and say, hey, anybody bring money here? You know, they steal the money, so don't vote for them. You never did that. But you were asking for all of you guys vote in Bon County at that time. Now you have become a vice president, and now you're going back to the same Bon County. People say, hey, the people who are working when they bring the money here, the money, they steal the money, so don't accept them. Look, let's be real here. If anything will happen in that country, it's from the vice president. What she's doing right there is undermining government. That it can put people to, because that is a big crime in America. What she's doing right there. It's not like we are asking her to support the idea of the president. But hey, you cannot be in the government and digging on the government. That's a very, 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 very bad thing to do. Very bad. It's not good. Especially you work in that particular government. Anything happen, it happens to every one of you. I heard her talking about, they can call a meeting for 1 o'clock in the morning. Look, if you really want to attend a meeting, you're a diplomatic person. You're not today person. You work with Chancellor. Your husband was Chancellor before we know you. Now they say we don't know you. Your husband was Chancellor. When he was killing people in Bon County, they had Batala Bay, all that thing. You were having fun at that time. But the problem is, if you are a diplomatic person, if you want to attend meeting, you will attend that meeting. And now all that woman thing, that meeting, the bad person has something in your heart, and she don't want to let it out. But it will come out, she will let it out by all means, because she has a bad agenda towards the president she call her president. She has a bad agenda, she want to be a leader. I think her agenda is to free, like the guy who running in that area, and Manibaka Dumoy. Like Manibaka Dumoy is saying that he want to free Chancellor, that's her agenda. But one thing she should know, Georgia will not free Chancellor, Liberia will not free Chancellor. She has to go back to Sierra Leone and ask Sierra Leone people to compensate Chancellor, and Sierra Leone people accept. That's the only way, because Liberia don't have no hand in Chancellor business. And we don't have anything to do with Chancellor. It was Sierra Leone that took Chancellor and carried Chancellor. But the vice president is an evil woman. She's dangerous. And I see everybody say, oh, yeah, president, we are trying to treat her. No, there is not a treatment. It could be she right there. And President Weah is a vice president. President Weah doing what she's doing right now. She will have an issue with the international community will intervene. She will call it undermining of government. And that's what she's doing. That's what we're asking her. To be sincere to yourself. You cannot be working in this government and you're getting paid from this government. We're not saying anything bad. You can't say it, but hey, you're getting paid from this government and you are there digging on this government. That's the same reason though that the people who killed those came from his feet. They came from his feet. When we used to live behind the mansion there, the people who killed those are the same people who he embraced, the people who he called his best friend, the people who he trusted. These are the same people, and that's why the vice president is doing that. It's not like we solution, we abuse women, we don't like women, but you know, when you push a man against the wall, he had to react. And the vice president is keep pushing this person against the wall, slowly on the ground, and you know, pressing button on the ground, acting like she don't know what's going on and stuff like that. And that's why we got to what we are. It's not like President we are actually putting pressure on her or suppressing her. As you just said, she was in Bon County saying that, hey, if they bring that money here, they stole the money. If you're working for a government and say the government stole the money, then there's no need. She already owned a man and the government in Bon County. So what the government needs to do now is just to fight their own, because this is their own daughter right there. This is their own daughter right there on her mind. It's just like a child selling their father or selling their parent. That's why Joe Howard said is doing the CDC. She is really, really affecting CDC. She really good. So if she wants to resign for like this, she don't have to wait for the president. This is not her first time talking about resigning. It's not like, I don't know those who say, since she got in that power, she said, President, we are not giving her a chance to talk. I don't know what kind of change do she really want. I don't know what she really requesting for. But hey, you are a vice president. You're not the president. So the president has more authority over you. So play your vice president role and let the president play his president role. But if you say, hey, I work with Chancellor in my house for president before, so I come to push that personal agenda, because you are more educated than you, I have more experience than you. No, we choose Josh Weah over you. You have been in that country for over a year now. You go for election, even President Johnson, everybody, you guys have been going for election. We choose Josh Weah over you guys. So if he comes to do what he's doing, and we think it's working, we are asking that, hey, if you want to join on board, help this man, because the country was already stronger. It was crippled. But if you keep castigating this man, and he just get mad one day and say, hey, why, LeBron product cannot be some, I will forget it. Then that airport we build will go back to the drain. Then that road that he want to build will go back to the drain. Then all these things will go back to the drain, and it will be the cause of Drew Howard Taylor putting slow button on the ground. So we got to be very careful with her. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. Samson to LeBron Paul Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from, folks? My time is getting close here, so go ahead, make a point, my brother.
Yeah, this is Chris Barney Ngaima calling from North Carolina, Raleigh to be specific.
Okay.
So I just want to congratulate you for this, nice presentation. What I want to say is that just as you said in your analysis, President Weah needs to come to himself. He's supposed to know that no one else is the president of Liberia but him. And whatsoever that is happening in the country, there is no one to take the blame today. There is no one that will take the blame tomorrow, but he just Weah. So if he try to say that, like the Madam Vice President was saying, that they were acting and he would say, people told me. That's the state. So if he continues to listen to the state, his government is going to spoil. Then, talking about removing the vice president, that's a nightmare. I don't think that will ever happen. So the only best way for them is to come together, let him try to call that woman, call some elderly people of the country to sit down and harmonize things with Madam Joy Howard Taylor. Or else, the downfall of their government will come from the position they are in removing the vice president. Thank you so much. I love listening to your show. This is my first time today, and I enjoy it very much.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. We appreciate it. Thank you, guys. And don't be a stranger to our show. Every time we come on, you're causing. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Again, folks, Samson to LeBron Pub Radio. Give me a call. Let's go ahead. I'm going to be calling on Pat George right now. Pat George, if you're listening, I've been talking too long tonight. So give me a call here, Samson to Pat George. Give me a call and let's wrap it up, please. George, please give me a call. Here we go. George, thank you for calling. Let's wrap it up for us, please. Thank you. George.
Thank you for the expose. Well done. But here's the thing here. I think you're second to the last caller, Mr. Chris Gates. I will be very personal. What led to the Civil War is the same thing that brewing in Liberia. And many people have not learned the lesson. We always take individual above the country. You come and say it's where Howard Taylor that's creating all the problems in Liberia. Really? Are you sincere to say that? I always say, I'm from Bonkan, I don't have it. I have a political disagreement with Joe Howard today, and I always write it, I always say it. But if you think you want to ostracize her because you are won the country now, you are getting the presidency, that was a hidden agenda you had, and you want to ostracize her to gain control, bring somebody that you want, you are making a big mistake. Person will be making a big mistake, political blunder you'll be doing. And I said it before, I said where this crisis is going, I find it very difficult to see it resolving amicably. No way. Because the article you read, exactly the person we have said it. He said after the election, the people will see. Who are the people you're referring to? Who are the people you're referring to? And I've always said this thing. As a person where is very vindictive, those who say he's peaceful, I challenge him anytime with a statement that person where makes a time. If someone who loves peace will not make those kind of statement, it is my opinion. What I'm seeing is the vice president has been ostracized. You go into Bon County, you don't tell the vice president is not invited. The country she comes from, she's not invited. Then you go, you make those kind of statement there that those who don't support you, this campaign, after election, December 8th, they will see. You make those kind of statement. What is the message you're sending to people? He's a loving person. What is the message you're sending there? One of the director for NSA went to the vice president hall with arms, trying to forcibly enter the Oman hall, the security, to get into altercation. The government said they are investigating today. We are not seeing the outcome of that investigation. Esther Walker, all the statement, the revelation she made, the president suspended her, according to them. He reinstated her. What was the outcome of that investigation? Then people say Mange is Nathan Mange is a peaceful man. But look at the remark that Esther Walker made about Mange. If we're not thinking, okay then, paraphrasing will do so to the name. Is that a peaceful people that people refer to these people? When you see people making kind of people quoting them, making kind of statements, they are not peaceful. But what I want to tell the Nigerian people, they should not listen to what these people say. They must listen to what they must look at what they do. We are now at the crossroad again. Nigeria is going backward on a person where, and people, those who love person where, are not seeing it. All the year, the singing song is all year. The person is good. The person is trying. The people want to honor him. Who want to honor him? The statement they make, what they do, is what is pointing them now. All the things you said, Mr. True, it's factual. There's no fabrication. It's 100% factual. And for somebody to come and say, oh, the vice president is the problem. No. President Weah is the problem. Because President Weah had a hidden agenda. And that agenda was to become president. Once I win, I will sideline her. They did it before. They were successful. Kabila Janet. They went after Kabila Janet. They were successful. And that's what we are seeing. Once people go after one person, they're successful, they will do it to the other person. And the vice president is the next person in line. And the Constitution is very clear. You can only remove the vice president for act on becoming a corruption or something like that. So they have to come up with a story. Maybe plan somebody again to come and swear and lie, say the vice, I bribed the vice president this one, so they can remove her. But I think the Nigerian people will be very careful. They are watching this game to see how it will play out. And to CDC, I can say welcome. The Henry Yala, Esther Walker, Marvin Cole, these people are all sycophants. Backstabber. The very Joel Howard they're speaking, it was a Joel Howard who promoted all these people. Marvin Cole went as a political officer in her office. Henry Yala, she campaigned for Henry Yala to become senator. Now to get the Esther Walker. She made Esther Walker superintendent. But because of the greed for power, they are now all starving the this one in the back because the plan is now, if you don't become CDC and turn against us, we will fire you people. So now they have to weigh the job and leave the friendship and say, okay, we'll go to CDC and we will all turn against you. So she alone can leave standing down. So now the person can deal with it because she will have no backing. And this is where Mervyn Cole, Esther Walker, Henry Yara, all of them now have gone to CDC now to betray the very woman that put them where they are today. This is the common element of human being behavior. It just shows you how people that you can help are trying to turn against you to start in the back. And to conclude, Joanne Howard Taylor, I said over and over, she was politically inexperienced. To have gone to Bond County and made a reckless statement to her people. Because that was the calculation of CDC. Destroy your base, then we'll come after you. And exactly she fell in the trap. When enforcing her own people, the Jordan John will fire you too, and she acted upon it. And I said that's the thing I take zero exception to her about. Because in politics, you don't destroy your base. And this is what our President Ware is using against Joanne Howard Taylor to kick her out from the government. Because he figured, oh, I divided for Bond County already. But I can tell President Ware, a henchman, we have a disagreement with Joanne Howard Taylor. But if you come to this point that you think you're going to hurt Joanne Howard Taylor, and we will sit down upon it and look at you, you make a mistake. You are making a sad mistake. Yara, who know Yara in Bond County? Mervyn Cole, who know them? This look at you cannot compare Mervyn Cole and Henry Yara to that of Joanne Howard Taylor her support. There's no way. So you think that when you bring Yara and Mervyn Cole on board, Esther Walker, the whole Bond County now will move towards you? No. That is a big mistake they are making. But we hope and pray that things should not go out of hand politically, because it will not be good for the CDC-led government. Because 2023 is coming, it's around the corner. So what are you going to do with Joanne Howard Taylor? Who are you going to nominate again? How are you going to move off on a ticket that will not bring confusion within the party? How are you going to do that? But we'll wait and see. And I want to say, shout out to the people of Grand Gida. I saw that debate hall, just the hall alone speaks a whole lot. I think thus far in the whole election, senatorial election, that was the funniest debate I saw. Because that thing was, Dillon then did in Mosorado, it was a complete disgrace. The first experience would not behave like that. And the people that organize it, they are responsible. For the Grand Jury debate, I saw the format was well organized. And I think that was the best debate. And the last thing, Greenfield, Ambassador Greenfield, I've been posting that thing. It was the woman that George Weah told 2011 to move her mouth from Liberian business. Now she's going to the UN. I said it last time in her acceptance speech. She mentioned Liberia, how they used to be in front of the embassy picking trash up. With President Weah now, how he's going to thread that needle with Greenfield being at the UN. And knowing that what the hotel she had lived that she had worked there. How now he's going to reconcile that statement he made to her at the time when things are not going right in Liberia. When they thought they were outside the fence that everything was okay. Now, the rubber hit the road now. So how they're going to thread that needle, I'm waiting to see how they're going to work it up. But before I close, I just want to say, please, this week will be a fundraiser for Liberian Public Radio, for the reporters in Liberia, to cover the entire election, all through of the 15 sub-political divisions. So we are asking people to make any monetary contribution because it takes money for those guys to travel and to bring a live coverage of the entire day. So we'll be asking people to just go to that number and make any donation you have to help the young men in Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Josh. Folks, that's the voice of Mr. Amos Josh. Thank you very much, Mr. Josh. Appreciate it. You have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully, we can meet on Sunday with Mr. Soul so we can actually get this fundraising business going. But thank you very much for your contribution tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Again, folks, that's the last caller. I want to thank all of you again and to say thank you very much. We're no longer taking calls. We're no longer taking calls. Thank you a lot. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead and close it up. Again, before I sign off here, I want to say this here. Thank you very much, folks, for tuning in tonight. I just want to say a very short statement to the President, if he's listening. Mr. President, as I always say, and I will continue to say, you are the father of the nation. We all like to cry on your shoulder, and I think your shoulder is big enough to allow all of us to cry on your shoulder. We're all going to play baby on you, because why? You're the father of the nation. This Vice President is our sister. She's your own sister as well. Whatever is happening between you and her, she's a woman, she's a lady, she's the mother. And you, Mr. President, you love your mom. So please, the same kinds of love you have for your mom, it should be the same kinds of love you have for any woman of Liberia specifically. So I'll just ask you once again, whatever it is that is happening with you and the Vice President, she's your sister. Call her, you guys have the conversation. Because we cannot afford to have any kind of, she's a high-ranking government official. She cannot just be kicked aside. I'm not too sure what will be the constitutional mandate, but whatever it is, it's going to be very difficult for many Liberians to swallow. So why even attempt something that will create issues to divert your attention from the developmental agenda that you came with, that you're carrying out, and we all appreciate. So I just want to say this, please, whatever it is, see if you guys can make defense and come back together as our leaders. Mr. Sampson Toll, I'm saying good night to all of you. Good night, folks.
Injiming